Health and peace to everyone all over the world, and happiness to all. Ashreinu, how good and beautiful is our heritage. Parashat P'kudei Tafshin Pei Bet. Today we are going to study a halacha. What halacha do we learn from Parashat P'kudei? So the Gemara in Masechet Bava Batra says that the people who are allocating the charity or the treasurers of Beit HaMikdash, they don't have to give a detailed report about what they did exactly with all the funds. And the Gemara says there is not exactly direct proof of it, but there is an allusion to this in the Pasuk in Sefer Melachim Bet Perek Yud Bet, when the king Yehoash was fixing up Beit HaMikdash, and the Pasuk says that the people, the treasurers who were taking care of the funds, were not demanded to give a detailed report because they were trustworthy. Why is this not a proof? Why is this only an allusion to this halacha? Rashi says because there are so many people working in Beit HaMikdash, it was impossible to follow up on every single detail. And he brings an example of this from a different halacha elsewhere. Tosfot say a different explanation, that this is not a direct proof because they were such righteous people. Those treasurers, they were tzaddikim gumurim. These points will come back a little bit later. The Tur, Rabbi Yaakov Baal HaTurim, brings this halacha. And he says, yes, the people who give out the charity do not have to give a report, but because of the pasuk, V'yitem nekiim me'Hashem u'miYisrael, you should be clean both in the eyes of Hashem and in the eyes of Am Yisrael, a pasuk in Sefer Bamidbar. So it's not good enough that only that Hashem knows that you're trustworthy and righteous. You should make sure that everyone else, that Am Yisrael sees that you were straight and honest and trustworthy. And therefore, even though you don't have to give a report, it's good and proper to give a report. The Bach, Rabbi Or Sirki, says, where does Rabbi Yaakov take this from? The Gemara says explicitly that they don't have to give a report. So from where does the Tur take this idea that it's better to give a report? And he says, from Moshe Rabbeinu. Who more than Moshe Rabbeinu is a tzaddik gamur, trustworthy, everyone believes in him. And Parashat P'kudei begins with Moshe Rabbeinu giving Am Yisrael a detailed report, what was done with all the funds, with all those donations that Am Yisrael brought for building the Mishkan. So have transparency. Learn from Moshe Rabbeinu that you should give a report about all these details. Asks Harav Hanan Porat, now at this time we're building the Mishkan. Shechina is about to dwell in the Mishkan. Now is the time to go into all the details, how much was given for each part of the Mishkan. What did I do with every detail of the funds? Says Harav Hanan Porat, yes. Because a leader has to have the backing from the people. He has to show them how trustworthy and honest he is. He has to have them united behind him. He should not create a situation where one person will say he's righteous, another person will be suspicious, maybe he did something wrong. The unity of the people behind the leader is a condition for the shechina to dwell in the Mishkan. The more righteous a person is, the less he has anything to worry about having everything transparent. If there's something to hide, maybe there's something wrong. Maybe this is not the right leader. And dafka here, where we want the shechina to dwell in the Mishkan, this is where we need to be even more righteous than the halacha, that you don't have to give a detailed report, and you should give a detailed report. The greater the manhig is, the greater the leader is, the more righteous, the more honest and trustworthy he is, the more that he will lead the people in a way that everything possible will be transparent, so everyone will see how things are being done without any kind of monkey business. Everything is done in a righteous way. V'yitem nekiim me'Hashem u'miYisrael. That will create the greatest leaders who will set an example for everyone else in Am Yisrael. That's an interesting halacha that we learn in the parasha. Is it a halacha or is it a condition for the shechina to dwell in the Mishkan? It's both. It's bringing the halacha to a place where it will enable shechina to dwell in the Mishkan, in our nation, in our state, in our homes, in our neshama. Shabbat Shalom.